how to get what you want out of relationship. ਕਿਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਰਿਲੇਸ਼ਨਸ਼ਿਪ 'ਚੋਂ ਜੋ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਉਹ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮਿਲ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਸੰਬੰਧ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਮੇਰਾ ਸਾਥ ਦੇਣਗੇ ਜਨਾ ਅਮਰਸੀ ਤੇ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਸਾਇਰਾ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਥੈਰੇਪਿਸਟ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਹੈਪੀਨੈਸ ਐਕਸਪਰਟਸ ਨੇ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਇੱਕ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਵੀ ਚਲਾਇਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਹੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਹੀ ਸੋਚ ਨਾਲ ਜੋੜਿਆ ਜਾ ਸਕੇ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਜੀਵਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਰਿਵਰਤਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਵੇ। ਅੱਜ ਰਿਲੇਸ਼ਨਸ਼ਿਪਸ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਵਿਖਰ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਨੇ। ਸੋ ਕਿਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਰਿਲੇਸ਼ਨਸ਼ਿਪਸ ਦੀ ਬੌਂਡਿੰਗ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਸਟਰੋਂਗ ਬਣਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਆਓ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਦੋਨਾਂ ਹੀ ਮਹਿਮਾਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ। Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Thank you. So that's a very important thing, how to get what you want out of relationships. Today relationships are scattering, you know. Gone are the times when you could depend upon someone. Even today, you know, husband and wife you cannot depend upon. That's the situation which has arisen. Though this 21st century has given us everything, but probably that love, affection, and unconditional thought which used to exist probably is disseminating. So tell us a little bit with your experience as to how we can get what we want out of relationships and how we can strengthen them.
So I think a lot of times people look to their partners to give them everything, right? They expect their partners to fill them up.
Right.
And what we're not realizing is that we need to start filling our own tanks up. We need to be there for ourselves first, to be kind to ourselves, and then to also treat our partners with respect, with utmost respect and kindness as well. When you expect your partner to do amazing things for you and to be there for you, they will.
The other piece that is sometimes difficult, especially for women, is to learn to say no and to be okay with hearing no.
Okay.
So what that means is, you know, sometimes men and women stretch themselves too thin. They do everything for everybody and then they get frustrated when they need something and nobody's there for them. So when we can learn to say, you know, I can't do that right now, or that's not going to work for me, or just plain no, then when other people say no to us, we also give them a break.
Right.
And that way we're not all sacrifice. There's this old model of I have to give everything of myself and then I'll get love. That's inappropriate. Children don't give everything of themselves. They be normal, they be natural, and everybody loves them, right? But as we become adults, we start to manipulate. We start to say, if I do this, then they'll do that. You know, even giving gifts. Sometimes somebody gives you a gift and you think, oh no, now I have to give them something back.
Of course.
Like that's not how it should be. We should be allowed to love each other freely and not keep tally and score of who did what for who and how much.
Yeah, and
But
also, oh sorry.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Also filling your lives with other people, not just your partner, but community, right? Building, especially for women, it's so important, and for men, it's so important to have other people of your same gender, because you understand each other in a different way than your partner will.
Right.
We sometimes expect our partner to be perfect and to be there for us and to listen to everything that's going on in our lives and say the perfect response. And really, they're not equipped to do that, right? They're too close to the situation. If we can reach out to a friend or to a community, that allows us to fill ourselves up in a different way. Then we go home to our partner and we're full of life, we're full of joy, and we can bring that joy into our relationship.
So what you're saying is to share your feelings with someone. You should have someone out of your spousal relationship where you can share your feelings and you can talk about openly.
And also talk to your partner as
Yeah,
well.
of course.
Right.
Yeah, of course.
It also comes down to the science of the brain, right?
Yeah.
So until the 90s, scientists thought the male brain and the female brain were exactly the same, just different sizes. Now what they're finding is that there's actual specific differences in the female brain compared to the male brain. So you've heard of this thing called fight or flight, right? That when you're under stress, fight or flight. Which means if you're under stress and tension, the brain can relax if you fight or run away. But that only works for men. If you see two men, you know, you see in the movies that somebody punches somebody and then they're friends. That would never happen between women, right? If I punch Jenna, we're never talking again. It's over, right? So for women, what helps under stress is something called tend and befriend. Which means tend means look after myself. Go for a massage, have a nice cup of chai, read a book, go for a walk, do something just for me. Befriend means talk to another woman, right? Spend time with another woman. It makes you feel better when you're under stress.
That's how we relieve stress. And so many people don't know that.
They don't know that.
Crazy?
Yeah.
That's a good one. Right. So as you said, you know, again, relationship, to maintain that kind of relationship where there is unconditional thought which is existing between two people. In today's life, it's becoming difficult, more and more difficult, because everything is commercialized. You very rightly said, you know, you give me a gift, I'm going to see how much value is it. $5, at least I should give you back for $5. You know, that's the kind of thinking I have.
Right.
And that leads in everything in our daily transaction. You know, everything we do, then we start thinking on those grounds. But relationships are different. So to maintain or to strengthen relationship, what all else can be done, except for, as you said, don't expect and expect only. first expect from yourself, and then what you are trying to give to someone. What other things can be done to maintain and strengthen the relationship?
Well, really, it's about focus, right? So one exercise that I have my couples do is after they see me for the first time, that whole week, what they have to do is look for what their partner's doing every single day that they really appreciate.
Right.
And I have them keep a journal. So they write down 3 or 5 things that their partner did or said or is that they really love, and it's different things every day.
Right.
What that starts to do is train you to look for the good in your partner. When you're seeing the good in your partner, they're going to feel that. When
Right.
someone sees the best in you, you want to be the best, right? So when your partner is only seeing the best in you and really appreciating all those amazing things that you are and that you do, then you want to do more of them.
Right.
And that's one way to actually get what you want, is to start appreciating your partner for everything that they do and everything that they are.
And the other really important thing that I think sometimes people forget is don't put your partner down in front of other people, even as a joke.
Right.
Because what that does is it's saying that, oh, in private I'm your friend,
Right,
but when
but-
we go in public I'm going to put you down. And that hurts, right? Because then at the end of the day when you come home and you spent the whole evening listening to bad things about yourself and everybody's laughing at you,
Right.
you don't feel close to your partner anymore.
Absolutely.
So it's really important in front of other people to speak good things about your partner, and then in private talk about the things that are bothering you.
Right, that's again a very important point what you have touched, because it's generally said if you have to berate someone, do it in private, and if you have to praise someone, do it in public.
Yes.
But it's the opposite what happens. And how far does alcohol and your socializing impact your relationships? Because many times, as you have said, when you are drunk or even otherwise also, you berate your own people, and then maybe you are just doing it as a joke, but other person takes it seriously, and your relationships can just finish off.
Well, the thing about alcohol in our community is that there is a problem,
Right.
and there are addictions that people don't call it addiction, but there
Right.
is a problem. And so I think if somebody, if you've left a party and the next day you think about what happened and you feel bad, that you feel like you were out of control, that you said things that you shouldn't have said, then you know that maybe there's a problem, and there's a lot of places you can actually seek help for that
Right.
and start getting that under control, so you don't have that thing where you're saying things that you don't mean to say and hurting people that you love.
Absolutely.
Just because of the influence of alcohol.
But then at this time, how to have that confidence to ask for forgiveness? Because that is a very important point. Many times you realize that what you said or did was wrong, but you don't have that kind of strength to come forward and ask for forgiveness. So how do you think that can mend relationships and be a strength?
Do you mean when it comes to alcohol or just in
No,
general?
just general terms.
Just in general. Well, I think that when you're focusing on like I was saying before, I feel like I have a broken record, I say this all the time, when you're focusing on your relationship with yourself, that's the most important relationship, because the way you treat yourself is how you're going to be treating other people.
Right.
So if you find that you're really mean to someone, or if you find that someone's really mean to you, generally speaking, that's how they're talking to themselves.
Right.
So the first thing you can do is start to forgive yourself. Start to be kind to yourself. Start to say things to yourself like, you know what, I know you messed up or you made a mistake, and it's okay. You are worthy anyway.
You can say it in
You
the
are
mirror,
good
just
anyway.
look at yourself,
Yeah,
right?
you can say it in the mirror. And once you really focus on that relationship, you'll find that you'll start to be nicer to your partner.
Right.
It'll be easier to ask for forgiveness because you've already forgiven yourself. And that's the most important
Hard.
relationship that you
And
have.
even with children, like I'm a parent, and sometimes I make mistakes,
Yeah.
and I go to my children and I say, sorry, I did it the wrong way. It doesn't
Right.
make me small,
Right.
So asking for forgiveness doesn't make me small, it actually makes me strong.
Right.
And you have to have that conversation with yourself first,
Yeah.
even just to get to that point where you say, okay, I can ask for forgiveness now, because you've recognized that it's okay that I messed up.
Right.
It's
So-
not the end of the world. It's
Right.
okay.
Right.
So Jenna, what you're saying is everything starts with you only. Start on
Everything.
working on
Yes.
yourself instead of just outward, be inward, and then once you are respecting yourself, you are good with yourself, you will be good with others also.
Exactly.
Great. It was interesting to talk. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
ਅੱਜ ਜੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੈਨਾ ਅਤੇ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਸਾਇਰਾ ਨੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿ ਰਿਲੇਸ਼ਨਸ਼ਿਪਸ ਨੂੰ ਸਟਰੈਂਥਨ ਕਰਨ ਦੇ 2 ਹੀ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨੇ। ਇਹ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਤੇ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ, ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨਾਲ ਇੱਕ ਚੰਗਾ ਰਿਲੇਸ਼ਨਸ਼ਿਪ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟ ਕਰੀਏ। ਜੇਕਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਹੀ ਨਿੰਦੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਆਪਣੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਰਿਲੇਸ਼ਨਸ਼ਿਪ ਠੀਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ, ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਾਕੀਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਕੀ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਦੂਸਰੀ ਗੱਲ, ਅਨਕੰਡੀਸ਼ਨਲ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇੱਕ ਸੋਚ ਹੈਗੀ ਉਹ ਹੋਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ। ਸਿਰਫ ਐਕਸਪੈਕਟ ਹੀ ਨਾ ਕਰੀਏ ਕਿ ਦੂਸਰਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਕੀ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। ਅਤੇ ਆਮ ਤੌਰ 'ਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਇਹੀ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਅੱਜ ਸਪਾਊਸਸ ਦੇ ਰਿਲੇਸ਼ਨਸ਼ਿਪ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਸਟਰੋਂਗ ਹੋ ਰਹੇ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਐਕਸਪੈਕਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਹੈ। ਉਹ ਐਕਸਪੈਕਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਨੂੰ ਖਤਮ ਕਰੀਏ। ਦੂਸਰੇ ਦੀ ਜੋ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਆਪਣਾ ਸੈਕਰੀਫਾਈਸ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਨਸੈਪਟ ਹੈ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਜ਼ਮਾਨੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹ ਖਤਮ ਹੋਵੇ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਦੇਣਾ ਹੀ ਦੇਣਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ। ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਵਿਅਕਤੀ ਨੂੰ ਰਿਸਪੈਕਟ ਦੇਣੀ ਵੀ ਪਏਗੀ ਅਤੇ ਲੈਣੀ ਵੀ ਪਏਗੀ। ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਅੱਜ ਸਮਾਜ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮਸ ਆ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਖਤਮ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਹੀ ਇੱਕ ਟੂਲ ਬਣ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜਿਸ ਨਾਲ ਕਿ ਸਾਰੀ ਸਿਚੁਏਸ਼ਨ ਠੀਕ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ।